All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here live this late night. If you're on the West Coast, where I'm at, West Coast is the best coast for streaming, obviously because we're 3 hours behind the East Coast. It is 11:30 p.m. Pacific time. It is 2:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is still Thursday, October 6, 2022 here on the West Coast, and Friday, October 7, 2022, pretty much everywhere else. I decided to do this late night show tonight for many reasons. I'll get into that in just a little bit. But before we get to all of that, let me first of all make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. Give me just a second here, please. The back end of YouTube seems to be rolling smoothly. Where is the notification, YouTube? Still waiting for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Let me make sure that I'm on the right channel here. Yeah, I'm on the right channel. And the notification has not gone out yet, but maybe it'll go out in a second. There it is. Watch live now. Coach Eli 2 authentic live streams. Testing. A little bit, but before we get to all of that, let me first of all make sure that All right, we're rolling smoothly. Everything's all good. I'm a one-man show. I have to make sure that my stuff is working properly. Let's speak proper English here. Let's not throw in any profanity yet at this point. We try to minimize the profanity here on this channel, but sometimes, we get into it and we express ourselves in the right context, and that's okay. Anyway, I decided to do this show tonight because I wanted to lead into another show I'm going to be doing tomorrow as a Walking with Purpose stream, episode number 398. And I'm going to be doing a stream at some point tomorrow afternoon. And I'm hoping as many of you as possible can catch it live. It's going to be about what's the one thing you'd like to change about yourself right now? One more time. What's the one thing you'd like to change about yourself right now? Now, the topic of tonight's show is helping you get through your days is what we're here for. One more time, the topic of this show is helping you get through your days is what we're here for. Now, my lady chatted in the chat a bit ago. She says, "You are amazing, love." Well, thank you, my love. You're amazing as well. Got 5 people here already. Feel free to chat in the chat. I'll be answering your questions as the show goes on. Hey, baby, there you are. Baby, you waited up for me. That is so amazing. Now, you know that there's a 1-minute delay between what I say here and what goes out live to YouTube, just in case we want to dump the delay so something we didn't mean to say goes out. That's one of the safety mechanisms I can't even talk. That's one of the safety mechanisms we use here on this channel. But hey, babe, I'm glad that you're here. And, feel free to share your thoughts in the chat because, this is your channel as well. And both of my channels are your channels as well. We are a team. And we are here to truly help people get through their days. That's what we're all about. We're here to uplift people in the most positive ways possible. We're here to motivate you and inspire you to take action on whatever you'd like to accomplish in your life. And I know that each and every one of you out there has a purpose and has a desire to accomplish something. And maybe you're scared to take that chance to make it happen. Or maybe you feel you don't have enough time in your days to make it happen. Maybe you have kids. Okay, maybe you're dating someone. Maybe you have other obligations such as a job or whatever it is. We all have a lot of things going on each and every day. But we aren't going to be truly happy until our purposes are fulfilled. Now, that used to only hold true for men back in the days, of traditionalism. But nowadays, because women are independent and they've been liberated, they have a purpose too. And I'm not saying that women didn't have a purpose before that. But, their purpose was basically to take care of the household, raise the kids, keep the house clean, cook dinner, yada, 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 do all that type of domestic stuff while the man would go to work, which was his purpose. But women now more so have a purpose, and including my lady here, who says, of course, love, thank you, baby. My lady here, is really big on having a purpose. Even as a woman, she wants to have a purpose. And there are times where, she said, I feel like I'm missing something. I just really want to make a big difference in this world. I really feel like, I'm not doing everything I possibly can. I feel something is missing, and it's driving me crazy because I want to have a purpose. And I keep telling her, baby, you do have a purpose. Your purpose is to help people. It's the same purpose I have. That's what you were born to do. That's what I was born to do. And that's why we do what we do here. We've got 7 people here, 5 likes. Thank you so much for being here. Please smash the thumbs up, whether you're here live or on the replay. Please also share this out on your community tabs, and also share it out on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, or wherever else you have a following of people that you feel would gain tremendous benefit from positive and uplifting content, because we are one of the few people on the internet. My lady and I are one of the few people on the internet that create positive and uplifting content, and we love everyone no matter what. We even love people that, seem to not love us. But the truth of the matter is they love us in a different way, and we still love them because we understand why they feel they don't love us. And that's okay. That's totally okay. Maybe one day, the people that feel they don't love us, the epiphany will hit them. And they'll turn their lives around. But until then, that's okay. That's okay. People are going to be who they're going to be. And that's okay. And, our content can help everyone. And our coaching services can help everyone. But it's up to each and every one of you if you want to accept the help, if you're open to the help. It's up to you if you want to participate in your own rescue. Now, I wanted to share my story once again. I've kind of been sharing it, through bits and pieces over the past several weeks. And, a lot of the stuff that I talk about may sound like a repeat. And I keep saying that because a lot of it is a repeat. And I'm going to continue repeating the same things over and over and over again and try to, change it up a little bit, right? So it doesn't get stale and boring. But the reason why I continue to repeat things over and over and over again is because repetition is the mother of skill. And the more and more and more and more and more you do something, the more it's going to become a habit. And once it becomes a habit, it's going to change your life around. It's going to turn your life around for the better. Now, I did struggle with my purpose, I would say probably throughout my, 20s and even into my early 30s. And when I became self-employed about 15 years ago, in my almost my mid-30s, it was like 33, 34, 35, right around there. I'm 48, almost 49 now. I'll be 49 on December 17th. Good Lord. I thought I'd found my purpose when I became self-employed and started selling insurance. But after doing that for over 10 years, I realized that wasn't my purpose. Because I started to look back to what I truly loved doing as a little kid. And I'll share this story again. It's the story of where when I was a little kid, in my, preteens and even throughout my teens, I used to listen to the radio while I was doing my homework. And I really, really loved the DJs or on-air personalities, which is what they call them, right? They made me feel good. And the music they played made me feel good. And when they would promote, giving away, tickets to, certain upcoming concerts or other prizes, would keep people tuned in longer. And that made it more exciting for me. But what I really, really loved the most was how the DJs were making me feel with their personality, their positive, uplifting personality, the way they would entertain me, right? And the music they would play. It just made it so much better for me and made my nights of having to do a lot of homework a lot easier. So it got to the point of where, I started to pretend to be a DJ in my room, during the times where I wasn't doing homework or had other things to do. And, like I mentioned before, I would purchase 45 records. Back in those days, we didn't have CD singles, and even CD singles and CDs are out. Now it's all about MP3s and, streaming music, right? But back in those days, it was records. And basically, if you didn't want to spend the money to buy an entire album when there was only one or two good songs on the album, you could buy record singles. They were known as 45s. The big records were known as 33 and a third. Basically, 33 and a third was the RPM, revolutions per minute, right? That's how fast the turntable would spin, and then you put the needle on, the record, and it would, play the record. The 45s were smaller, and they had a bigger hole in the middle, and they would spin at 45 RPM, or 45 revolutions per minute. So I would buy a lot of 45s because I wanted to have all the latest hits like the DJs were playing, and I wanted to pretend to be a DJ because I loved what they were doing. I loved what they were doing so much, I wanted to be that. That's what I wanted to be. That's what I felt my purpose was. Right? I would sit there in my room and I would just say, 99.7 FM, X100. KELI or whatever, right? 99.7 FM, KELI. This is DJ Eli in the mix. And that was Tears for Fears. And, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, which, food for thought. Everybody seems to want to rule the world nowadays with the internet. Everyone wants all that attention, right? So I would pretend to be a DJ, and I really loved it. But I didn't know, what was going to come out of that. And what ended up happening was, I ended up going a different route. I was, after high school, after I graduated Sarah High School here in San Mateo, California. Well, I'm in Redwood City. San Mateo is, 3 cities north of where I'm at. And San Mateo is also where YouTube was originally started almost 20 years ago by those college kids before they sold it to Google. And after I graduated Sarah, I was going to go to Cal Poly and become an electrical engineer because I loved, working with electricity and stuff like that. When I was a little kid, I had friends that would, teach me how to wire things, speakers, electrical outlets, stuff like that. And I really enjoyed it. I loved tinkering and building things and fixing things. And I was good at it. I'm still good at it to this day. But instead of doing that, I went to community college for a couple years. And then I started working in retail. I started getting promoted in retail, started making what I thought was really good money, got promoted to management, did all that. And I went a different route. And back in those days, the cost of living was still a lot less than it is out here in the San Francisco Bay Area. So I was making decent money and I was doing great, right? But what happened around 2007, before the market crashed, right around that time, sales started going down. And what happens when sales go down? Companies start to lay off people. I got laid off. And it was hard to find another job that was paying me what I was worth. And I did find a job, but they wanted me to work an ungodly amount of hours, being a salaried store manager for $44,000 and working 80 to 100 hours a week. I've mentioned the company before in the past, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just kind of sharing with you where I was at. And I'd always been good at saving money. I had money in the bank to carry me through for a couple of years because I've always been good at saving money for rainy days. And I had some time to figure out what I wanted to do, and that's when a friend of mine invited me to, get my insurance licenses and, work for the broker that I ended up working for many years as an independent contractor. And when I first started selling insurance, I really loved it. And I felt that was my purpose. But it really wasn't my purpose. What made it feel like it was my purpose is the fact that I no longer was working for someone directly. I was my own boss. I was self-employed. I was an independent contractor. And I just really started to love the freedom and flexibility of making my own schedule and only working when I wanted to work, right? I did that for a while. And I started to realize after a while, even though I did well and I made decent money, I just started to feel like it wasn't my purpose. And the moment I started to realize that selling insurance was not my purpose, and the reason why it felt initially that it was my purpose is because of the change I made from working in the corporate world or working for someone else into becoming a self-employed entrepreneur. It was exciting for me to become self-employed and be my own boss, or at least be an independent contractor. Okay. So the difference between being an independent contractor and, being, fully self-employed is one thing. When you're an independent contractor, you're actually working for someone else, but you're working off commission. And, you basically can come and go as you please, as long as you sell and you don't cause any issues for the company, right? When you're fully self-employed and not an independent contractor like I am right now, I work completely for myself. This is my own business. Then, it's all me, right? That's the difference. But basically, you're self-employed either way. So I realized that, selling insurance was not my purpose. And after I went through a terrible breakup in my early 40s with a woman that cheated on me, and while I don't condone her cheating on me, I understand why she did. And I realized that, I really, really didn't, have a purpose. Even though, I thought I did, and I was making decent money and I was in a good field, I just, wasn't truly happy with what I was doing. You see, folks, part of what makes a man really happy is not just making good money. Men and women, let's put women in there too. Men and women can make good money and still be unhappy and still be miserable. Why? Because you're doing something that's not in alignment with your purpose, and you're doing it just because it's paying your bills. And I can understand at times we all have done that and have had to do that. But I really wanted to do something that had unlimited earning income potential and something I truly enjoyed and truly would be in alignment with my purpose completely, 100%, to the point of where it didn't even feel like I was working. It wouldn't feel like I was working, even though I am working. And that's where I'm at today. And that's when I decided to start my own coaching business to, help people better understand and figure out what their purpose is and motivate them to take that first step to, accomplishing their purpose and making their purpose a reality. Because once you make your purpose a reality, your whole entire life will change. Your whole entire life will change. Not only will you have a great job and you're making great money, you're going to love what you do beyond just the money you make and the work you're doing. And it's going to radiate off to everyone, your friends, your family, and even any significant other that you're trying to attract for a relationship. And that's why my lady and I work, because we both have a purpose. And it just happens to be that both of our purposes are completely in alignment with each other. Now, I've been doing this for 5.5 years, and it's been a struggle. It hasn't been easy. It's not easy, getting something off the ground, especially what I'm doing, right? It takes a lot of work, especially if you're using the internet or YouTube to promote your business, right? And a lot of people have asked me, hey, Eli, after 5.5 years of doing this, don't you feel you should have been further ahead than you are? And I said, yeah. Well, then why are you still doing it? Because this is my purpose, and I never give up on my purpose. I will never give up on my purpose. And that's the whole moral of the story here. Each and every one of you has a purpose, right? Whether you're a man or a woman. And most of you, instead of focusing on your purpose and, doing a job that directly involves your purpose, you go a different route for whatever reason. But you continue to wonder, what would it be like if I started doing something for work and for money that completely involves my purpose? What would it be like, and what would it take, right? And a lot of times people don't take that chance because it's a big risk, because, you're not going to make money right away. I haven't made a lot of money in the last 5.5 years doing this. Now, I've had other income resources, which is why I'm able to keep moving forward. And that's one of the answers there, When you first get started, on trying to make a business out of your actual purpose, you're still going to have to work your other job, or at least have some financial resources that can carry you through until you're able to make your business that's your purpose sustainable. And that's something that my lady and I can both help you better understand. I have a lot of experience in dealing with that. That's what I enjoy doing. What I enjoy doing the most is helping people figure out what they enjoy doing the most, because that is your purpose. What you enjoy doing the most is your purpose. And if you can create a business doing something you enjoy more than anything else, the possibilities are endless. Endless. We are at 24 minutes. I'm not going to be on too much terribly longer. I just wanted to do a quick stream here tonight in case anyone pops in, because we do have a global audience here. My lady and I do have a global audience here. And sometimes they'll pop in or they will catch the replay, but more so, I'm sure most people will catch the replay here. I wanted to lead into tomorrow's Walking with Purpose stream, episode number 398, which once again is going to be about what's the one thing you want to change about yourself right now? Again, what's the one thing you want to change about yourself right now? And you've got to be honest with yourself, because everybody, including myself, has something that they want to change right now. Now, I'm not going to share with you folks what that is for me tonight. I'll share that tomorrow on the walk. But I want you folks to think about it between now, if you're watching this live, or if you watch this on the replay, later today before I go live for my walk. I want you to think about what's the one thing you want to change about yourself right now. And again, once you turn that around, once you figure out what that is and you turn that around, it's going to lead you into doing something more so along the lines with your purpose and what you enjoy doing. And your life will tremendously change. It will change. I promise you, folks. I promise you. We've got 8 people here and 6 likes. Thank you so much for being here. If anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns that they'd like to get in the chat, please get them in now. I'll be going off the air in just a few minutes. I'll say this. Over the last month or two, my lady and I, since we started working closer together, I will tell you, having a good woman in your life, guys, makes all the difference, right? I'm not saying I can't do it on my own, and I'm not saying that I'm dependent on a woman. I'm not. But if I had a choice, I would prefer to share my life and have a great partner in my life like I do with my woman. And I will tell you, she has made all the difference in where my business is heading towards. And she's brought so much more value to my business than I could ever imagine. And I'm very grateful and thankful for that. And again, together, my lady and I are going to continue uplifting people like we have. Like I was going to mention a second ago, we have helped so many people through, the Walking with Purpose live streams and these live streams here. And, I've done a bunch of pre-recorded videos, primarily more so on my other channel, my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. By the way, if you have not subscribed to Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, please do so. Nightbot's been sharing the link every 7 minutes or so. The link is also below in the description, or just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. Subscribe, bang the bell, and select all notifications so that way you won't miss anything. And I know I got to get some more content on there, but I've been more focused on the lives and some other things. But I promise you, more content is coming on that channel too. But look, what we do here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams is we give you real-time life coaching. We don't force it upon you. And to be honest with you, we really don't even want you to look at us as a life coach. I mean, that's what we are. We are life coaches, but we don't want you to look at us as life coaches. We want you to look at us as your friends, as people that care about you, right? As people that want to see you succeed. That's what we want. I'll wrap up by saying this. What makes me the happiest and makes my lady happiest when it comes to doing what we do out here on YouTube is seeing other people succeed. Let me repeat that one more time. What makes my lady and I the happiest is seeing other people succeed. And she's still up. Babe, I'm probably going to call you if you're still awake after this show. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally. I mean, this woman is she goes to bed usually early. And she's staying up. I didn't even, I didn't ask her. And I told her, I'm going to go live, baby. Get some rest. I'll talk with you tomorrow. Love you, right? And here she is. And she writes, she just put this in a second ago. Baby, you have changed my life in so many ways. I'm so grateful for you and what we have. It means the world to me. It really does. That means the world to me. And it's things like that my lady says that continues to give me the strength, desire, and passion to keep pushing forward to get my message out to help as many people as possible turn their lives around. I'm very grateful for this woman. And again, together, we want to help as many of you as possible turn your lives around just like we did for ourselves. We've all gone through things. I've gone through many things in my life. I've had many struggles, right? And over the last 5.5 years, people that have been following me for a while have seen all of my struggles and seen some crazy moments, right? But I've learned from all that. And my lady has experienced so many things in life. And what I respect about her is that she's come out here and shared everything. And you know what? It wasn't easy, but she wanted to share her story and air out her dirty laundry publicly because she wants people to see that, hey, people go through things. And if she's going to be able to help you with things, she needs to first start off by coming clean herself and helping herself and putting her stuff out there and sharing her story. I'm the same way. I've always shared my story. And I will continue to share my story and my stories because that's where the value is at. That's where the value is at. We're all about being raw and real and vulnerable with you. And no, this is no act. This is who we are. This is who we truly are. This is who we truly are. There are so many people. There are so many people out there that I know can turn their lives around if you just give us a chance. Come on over here, hang out with us in our live streams. Okay? You know, turn off the negativity and the drama and the hate for a little bit. Turn off all the craziness and come over here and chill out and relax with us. We don't bite. We're not going to force anything upon you. And we're not even coming out and saying we're any better than you because we're not. We're all just different. We all go through things, you know, at different times. The only thing that I will say that my lady and I have compared to most other people that are following us, we have more experience. We are experienced at pretty much everything in life because I'm almost 49 and she just turned 47 a few months ago. We're in our late 40s. So we have the experience. And that's what we want to share with you. We want to share our experiences with you, what we've been through and how we turned it around because we know you're all going through the same things we went through. And we might be able to help soften the blow a little bit by explaining to you what's happening so you don't have to dwell over it as long as we did before we figured it out. That's it. That's what we do. Let me see here real quick. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get on out of here. Again, at some point tomorrow, I'll be doing a live Walking with Purpose stream. And the topic will be, what's the one thing you want to change about yourself right now? I want you to all think about that. What's the one thing you want to change about yourself right now? And we'll talk about it tomorrow during my walk. My walk will be at some point in the afternoon tomorrow, and it'll be about an hour and a half long. So you have plenty of time to ask questions. All right. Baby, I love you. If you're still up, let me know if you want me to give you a brief call before you finally turn in. Thank you for staying up so late. I mean, I'm at a loss for words. You know, like I don't expect any woman to stay up this late to watch my live show. I didn't expect her to be here, even though she's my business partner. I told her, baby, take the night off, relax. You know, you've had a lot going on. You know, we just talked before I went live, like an hour before I went live, we talked. And here she is. What's there not to respect about that? Anyway, that being said, have yourselves a great one. Take care. See you next time. And as always, be good to each other.